Alright, everybody. It has been a long reprieve from having dev streams to go over, which ends up meaning that I think that this dev stream was kind of non-stop amazing. The beginning was kind of slow with stuff that I was like, eh, and then it picked up very, very quickly, and a lot of shit happened. So let's just kind of get right to it. The first thing that we saw was some Chabad stuff, which we've seen before. And this is just the ferals and then the Grenier domesticated. We didn't really get to see any of the variants that we'd have as Tenno, but we do know how we're going to breed them. We're going to be taking Kubro eggs and then like acquiring pieces of their DNA and then injecting that into the egg, so they're kind of like weird Kubro mutation things. And we found out about some of the powers and stuff that the Chabads are going to have and kind of what they do. So they hang out with Infested, and their main function that they do is that they cloak, and they can be seen on scanners. And they eat infested flesh and do that kind of thing. But the main thing is that they cloak, which brings me to like a balance change, kind of in like terms of like what things are good and what things are bad. The handler for them, which I have called Loki nerf, because it is the Chabad's handler. Chabad is also the name for what was previously called a cat bro, but they're called Chabads, and this is a Chabad handler. Now, the thing that Chabad handlers need to be able to do is see things that are invisible, because they are handling Chabads which can go invisible. That ends up being really shitty for Loki, because now there is a unit that can see him when he is invisible, which can do one of two things. It can either mean, A, Loki's going to be fucking terrible now, if this unit becomes widespread in like the void and such. That would mean a huge, enormous nerf for Loki, provided that this unit will be able to tell other units where Loki is. Or two, it makes Loki slightly harder to play as and makes it so that target focusing is more important as him, which is the route that I hope that it is, where you kind of have to watch out for these units, and if you see them, immediately eliminate them, and then they don't become like a widespread, like terrible problem. And I hope we don't see a void version of these, because here's the thing about that. If we see a void version of this unit, that means that DE is specifically targeting Loki, and to a super lesser degree Ash, which is not something that I think anyone wants. And it's not to say that it's like, oh, don't nerf Loki. I think that this can possibly be used to make Loki more interesting and more active to play, rather than just go invisible and then you're good forever. Because that is like the build that I use on Loki. I'm always invisible. I'm never not. There are tiny interspersed brief periods where I'm not invisible, and it's like completely efficient and all that stuff. So hopefully this doesn't ruin Loki. I don't want these units to be super widespread, and that's kind of the basic of that. And then we got a look at pre-corpus Valkyr and her progress so far. So this is really rough, obviously not final textures or any of that stuff, but the information that we did receive that is very, very interesting is that she will be receiving a tweak in a couple of ways. In light of how good Excalibur is now, there are going to be some, it seems like mostly quality of life / slight buffing of Valkyr, which is really, really awesome. And the only one that they said was that Ripline was going to activate faster and be faster, which are two things that will be really nice, because having that much mobility will be beneficial. And hopefully this pushes, even with like small changes, I think Valkyr's kit can work really, really well. It just needs a little bit more oomph, and I think Valkyr would actually be right around at the place where Excal and Frost are currently. And Valkyr, obviously, as I've said before, is one of my favorite like concepts and like power, functionality that it is. Like, just be invincible, go crazy, kill dudes, heal yourself for damage, that kind of stuff. That stuff is, it's a theme that I really enjoy. So that'll be good. I'm really looking forward to that and that skin. Now, that brings me to this point over here, which is holy shit visuals, ZE take my money, the platform begins, want to sell all my prime parts and all my mods, which is going to be in reference to these next 3 images that I'm going to show that I am very... And I am gonna just... Here's... Just take it. Take my money. I can't... I'm gonna have to pick that up later. Anyway, basically, it starts with this. This is Guardian Rhino. Now, I like Rhino. I don't think he's just, like, super, like, OP amazing. But his visual design is one that I really, really enjoy. And this visual design is better than that, which means that I need it. I need it in me. I need this on my Rhino. I need this everywhere. This skin is fucking outstanding, and they're gonna be doing more of the like the skins like for Excalibur and for Nyx, and like those kind of like full like complete redesigns that are just like super insane high quality that will come at a premium, obviously for fucking good reason, because their designs as a base are great, and this just looks so good. And I have 2 more of these, which I'm sure everyone will be very happy about. So that is Guardian Rhino, and this is Orchid Nyx, or not Nyx, Sarin, Orchid Sarin, and this also, like, I'm not super big on Sarin's design. I think it's fine. This looks really cool. Like this, I could get into this. I know there are a lot of people that play as Sarin for her ability to just instantly exterminate like huge, like wide ranges of enemies. This is a cool design. Also, interesting thing here. It looks like 2 new weapons that she's holding, so I don't know if we'll be getting those in the future. And that one on there in her right hand kind of looks like a spear. Just, I'm assuming they're just like in concept, kind of just drawn in whatever. But maybe those are new weapons. Who knows? Yeah, that is Orchid Sarin. And then here's the one that I'm right after Rhino. This is the one I'm second most excited about. This is the Trinity one, and at first I wasn't sure until they said it, because the headpiece kind of looks very Nova-esque, but this is Trinity, and this is a very like Asian-styled, like kind of like the upper chest piece thing is like I don't know what it's called. I think it's called like a gi or something. I don't know exactly what it's called. It's some kind of like Japanese, Asian, Chinese, something like that dress, and it looks. And obviously this is concept art, not final. It looks 1,000,000% better than what Trinity looks like right now with her big old lobster tail. This, instead of that, changes, I think, because here's the thing. I really like Trinity. I really don't like how Trinity looks. So this moves that out of the way, and now I really like Trinity, provided this is attached to Trinity, I think. I'd have to see the final version, obviously. But all 3 of these concepts, like, it's 2 out of 3 for me on ones that I absolutely have to have. And if you count the pre-corpus Valkyr, that's 3 out of 4. Like, that is hugely successful in terms of, like, well, I suppose just for me. Everyone has their own, like, taste. The only one of these that I wouldn't want to get would be Orchid Sarin, and I might get that one because of something we're going to talk about in a little bit here. But, like, that design looks really cool. I just don't play Sarin very much. It's just not something I do a lot of. Okay, so that is some frame, like, visual redesigns. We also have the next Warframe that is on the block to being made, who is another theme that I love so much, the Brawler Warframe type. So basically, from what was described, this is just going to be, like, punches, kicks, like, rock throws, like, the way that it was described by them was that this frame is going to be brutal. Which, I mean, come on. Yeah, it's like, say no more. This is, like, that's the kind of thing that I really like. So the next frame, very exciting. I really want it. And, like, just looking at him, he's got, like, this, like, rad gauntlet on his, like, right arm. They're, like, it just looks like it's for punching dudes, which is kind of something I'm into. So, just all of the, like, Warframe redesigns all look fantastic in their concepting, of course. New Warframe, super excited about the theme. I think its design is neat. And then like, moving on from that, we have the moon, which is this. This is how the moon apparently looks in Warframe, and it is going to be the site of the new quest called Second Dream, that was talked about a little bit in Germany on some cam footage that someone recorded of Steve being a little drunk and kind of spilling the beans, as it were, to a bunch of people at the VIP party. So somebody got that recorded and put that information out there. So we're going to talk about what it will be coming in Update 18 about that stuff. Other pictures that I have, they're just like pictures of the colony on the moon, as it were. They're pretty like rudimentary. The visual design is really, really neat though, and I enjoy it a lot. And then we're going to talk about the app, which this is kind of just like a menu shown. It was a GIF that was kind of cycling between things. It didn't really seem super pertinent. This was the image, like the part of the GIF that had the most information about what we can expect. That is there. So that looks like it's coming along great. Hopefully they want to get that out for 17.5, which is pretty soon, hopefully, maybe. Yeah. Hopefully that is quite soon. And then, okay, so for Update 18, I'm just gonna... Okay. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so Update 18 is going to be the huge solar map rework. They are promising that they will solve the void grind, which is a huge problem, and there are a few ways that I think that they can fix that pretty easily. Which I'll kind of let them figure it out. I've discussed like ways to help solve the void grind before. If anyone wants me to actually talk about that, please just let me know, and I will make a video about it, because, I mean, if you want to see it, I'll put it out. Okay, so the things that they want to accomplish with the new solar map is to solve the void grind and then help push players in the correct direction. Because right now, if you look at your different planets, it's kind of where the fuck do I go? So, like, for me, in the free-to-play through, for example, I know that I need to defeat the bosses to unlock planets. That is never explained in any, like, real way of, like, why are you doing this? What the fuck? The only, like, thing that is pushing people to do that is, like, alerts. It's like, this alert is on Europa. But then the player goes, how the fuck do I get to Europa? And, like, that's stuff that they want to fix. And then Update 18 will also contain the Second Dream quest, which is going to be a huge lore drop, basically. It's going to initiate, like, the sentients, like, kind of reforming together and becoming powerful again. We're going to have cutscenes. There are going to be choices. A lot of stuff was promised for it that I'm not 100% sure if we're going to get, like, all of what we want. There we go. That was moved slightly. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure if we're going to get all of what we want, but it seems promising, and I hope that we get what we think we're going to get. Okay, so let's talk about... Okay, so next on the list we have the Syndicate primaries. There were 3 primaries shown versus the apparent sequence Quanta. Then we have the Cernos Red Veil weapon, which seems bad. And then we have the new Loka Tigress. So, anyone that has been playing recently that has a Tigress knows that the Tigress is really, really good now. And they kept joking that they were going to nerf the shit out of it, the entire Devstream, which I did not appreciate. Please do not nerf shotguns. They are fine now. They're in a place where they're actually good again, which, please don't nerf them. I really like shotguns. So there's that. So that new Loka shotgun should be amazing. Should be fantastic. Hopefully that Red Veil Cernos is any good at all. The Cernos as it stands is a bow that you wouldn't use in like the end to mid game unless you can somehow not acquire a Paris Prime or Stalker's Bow. Stalker's Bow is the one that you would likely not be able to acquire. And it is kind of the impact variant of the bows. And the bad thing about that is that I think that impact is the worst of the damage types because it is good against shields, and that it means corpus, and then corpus suck, and they're bad at fighting. So that is the reason why I don't want that weapon's not exciting for me. Parent sequence Quanta, however, is a grenade launcher, and anyone who has used the Quanta knows that shit that blows dudes up. So that is a weapon that is quite exciting. And then we have these are This is Lizette 2.0. I have 2 images here. The first is, like, they're just designs, and the basic thing around this is that these are going to be, you're going to be able to acquire them and change them, I think. I don't know how you would do that. This was stuff that Steve was not supposed to show, but he did it anyway, thankfully, and he revealed one thing about them is that they're going to have a use in mission, which is like an airstrike, possibly other things, and that's really, really interesting to have your Lizette be able to be like customized to be used in a mission and be like interactable. I think that's really, really cool, and it makes it so that your Lizette means more. And possibly means that you have a little bit more like show-offy bling bling, because your ship would just kind of fly down and be like, "Hello, teammates! Look at this cool shit," and that's just fun stuff. And then the final thing that was shown was the new Sentinel. So I actually know a little bit about this. They kind of just showed it, but basically, it's going to be a Grineer shock trap that just follows you around. And it's just going to zap dudes. That's kind of what his function is. It's going to zap dudes. Which seems like it will be okay, provided it can target multiple enemies. I think that I think that it will immediately be right next to Worm. Yeah. If it doesn't have some kind of special function that makes it stand so far above the other ones, like it has to go, like, better than Shade to have like any real impact other than, hey, I leveled that. So there's that stuff. But overall, I think the Devstream was really, really good. There's a lot of stuff coming that I'm very excited for now. That new Brawler frame looks fucking amazing. Any of the new visual redesigns, obviously Valkyr should be next. That looks fucking great. All of it, like, it looks awesome, and I want more of that stuff. And then like the Chabad, that's kind of interesting. Not 100% sure how I feel about that, but that stuff. And then obviously update 18, very exciting. Probably more things will be announced for that as we get closer to it, but it shouldn't be for a while. But it seems like we're gonna get a really, like, another kind of like let's say Parkour 2.0 was a nice like boost into like more playability and more fun. It removed some like shitty elements and just added more just raw fun stuff just to do. Like, this is just a good way to move around, and it makes great things happen. Oh, you know what? Actually, I didn't talk about reworks. So reworks that are in progress are Valkyr and Sarin. Those are happening. That is the Valkyr maybe on like a bigger scale than what was talked about previously, and then they're concepting for a Volt rework. So that's kind of upcoming. Also, speaking of things that are upcoming, recently I went above 900 subscribers, which is mind-blowingly unbelievable, and I appreciate everybody that watches all of my videos. It is amazing. All your comments. I love just interacting with everybody, and I love that people want to watch the stuff that I put out, and it means a whole lot to me. So I'm planning, and I don't know if anybody actually wants this, I'm planning that for 1,000, provided that happens, for 1,000, I want to do like a 24-hour live stream. Like, just go for it the whole day. That way, like, if anybody wants to like come and like ask me a question, or just like interact in chat, and or just hang out and just like suggest games for like playing and stuff, like, I'm planning to get as many of like my friends as can, like, plan it out and just do like a big, like, I'll be there the whole time, just do like a 24-hour live stream, like, just have a lot of fun, and just interact with everybody and have just a great time. And I think that would be really fun. Tell me if you guys would be like into that. Like, it's helpful if you guys like tell me what days are good. I don't, like, it's hard for me to know like the kind of culmination of what is good for everyone that is subscribed to me, because it's weird to think about that in a big way. But I think that would be really fun for everybody to like get involved in and be able to like participate and do that type of stuff. And I think that would be just like kind of like a fun celebration party for me and a fun event type thing for everyone else. So if you guys are into that, let me know, and I will see all of you tomorrow.